say it never rains in Southern California, but it's pouring in the Bay.
Are the sexual assault allegations made by Nicole Spence against Wendy Williams' husband, Kevin, true? Okay, so Spirit is saying yes. I get that this woman, Nicole Spence, is younger than Wendy Williams. And I also feel like this Nicole Spence, I don't know who Nicole Spence is, but I get that she's in the music industry. I don't know why I feel like she's a video vixen, or she's been in music videos, and I also feel like she's connected to rappers and entertainers. Now, the car for the universe and the car for the chariot and the Princess of Wands, Spirit is basically coming forward with a very strong yes. Those allegations are true, and it's saying that she couldn't file a criminal. I don't feel like this court case was criminal. I feel like it was civil, and I also feel like the only way that she could get her story out there in a way that wouldn't harm her was for her to speak about it in a civil lawsuit. And if it is a criminal lawsuit, you all go ahead and correct me in the comments. It's fine. So with the car for the chariot and the Princess of Wands together, this is saying that she moved forward. This lawsuit, yes, he did sexually assault her, but that's not the reason that she filed the lawsuit. She filed this lawsuit because, well, it's a lawsuit, so duh, it's civil. Sorry, you guys. So yeah, she filed this lawsuit because she was wronged, or she was wrongfully terminated. I hear it as she was let go for the wrong reasons, and she wanted this information to be revealed about him. I get the card for the moon, the card for virtue, and the card for abundance. And this is saying that hidden within all the brouhaha of all this, yes, he did sexually assault her, but this woman was mainly trying to get money, and she wanted other people to see through the Williams's illusion that everything was not right in the home, and that Wendy Williams' husband was someone that was, liable to step out on her. Not liable to step out on her, but he was very much capable of. He had a strong desire to step out on her. Let's put it that way. Okay, so the next question is, has Kevin ever assaulted Wendy? Spirit is saying that they fight. They do fight a lot, but Wendy's the aggressor. I get that Wendy has tried. I don't get it as Wendy has. I'm going to ask this, but I feel like this is recent. I don't feel like he's been hitting her as of recent, but I feel it as though she's the one that's been threatening him. She's the one that's like, that threatens him. I'm going to cut your balls off. I'm going to put this gun to your head and blow your fucking brains out, sort of thing. Like, she has very white woman type of threats, You better be careful. I'm going to throw these hot grits on you like that Tyler Perry film. The Prince of Wands is saying that he typically tries to restrain her, and he tries to restrain himself and his temper. He doesn't want her to go public with a lot of information about him. He is a bit afraid to lash out on her physically or assault her physically. I don't get that he's done this as of recent, but I feel like he has in the past. So I'm gonna pull more cards to see. Spirit is saying that they stay together for the money. And they're saying that Wendy doesn't want him to get to her money. So I feel like he has done it. But he's always promised change, and she believes it. He's done it in the past. He says that he's changed. And she believes it. But she always brings it back to, I'm bringing it up to like she's the breadwinner and he needs to be careful. She's like, I'm the breadwinner. You need to be careful. I don't need I don't need to be in a situation like this. I get that she's threatening legal action against him. That she's like, I'll go forward with this. she, you know, in I would say in the beginning of their relationship, he did dominate her in that way, but he does it. He doesn't try to assault her physically anymore. Only because he knows that she's become a very powerful figurehead. He's seen her report on domestic violence cases that involve men hitting women, and she will make a threat to go public with that. He's typically confused about whether she's true. She's going to if she's genuine in those, if she's genuinely going to follow through with the threats that she makes. The power card, the adjustment card, and the lover's card is saying that the way that he abuses her and tries to exert control over her is through cheating on her. Actually, that's the abuse now. So it is manifested in a different way. Let's see. Are these? Oh yeah, I've already pulled these cards. Okay, good. All right. So the next question is, what's their marriage been like? Oh wait, are these the next row of cards? It doesn't really matter. Well, according to these four cards that I just somehow pulled, I pulled the wrong cards, but it doesn't matter. As far as what their marriage has been like, look, I can't even BS this. Look, I pulled the wrong cards. These cards don't even read correctly for that particular question. I don't even know those. I can't even remember what I pulled those four cards for. Anyway, so I know that these cards are for what their marriage has been like. Okay. Wendy's very stubborn. A lot of truths have come out in their marriage. Her crown chakra is activated. She sees the marriage for what it is, and she sees him for who he is. And she cries a lot about her marriage. She's very defensive with him. She's on edge with the marriage, and it's been tough for her because she's found out a lot of things about him, things that he's tried to keep secret from her, but she's already known about it. I get that Wendy has hired a private investigator, and he thinks that he's smarter than her. Wendy used to deal with the marriage by she used to deal with her heartbreaks by just isolating herself from him. She would come home, kick her shoes off, and just go into her room. I hear that she has a room to herself and just cry over her husband not loving her the same way that he used to. I get it as he has stepped out on her before, but it was very clear that he was really trying to work on the marriage with her. And I feel as though she's still in love with him, but she questions if he's in love with her still. And I get the card for the Tower, and this is saying that for a while, she's actually been hurting. She's been trying to figure out how to bring back that spark and that fire to the marriage. I'm gonna pull more cards. Hold on one second. Okay. The cards are still speaking. As of right now, they have an agreement with each other. they're in like an arranged. It's pretty much like an arranged marriage. The truce card is telling me that the card for oppression is saying that she feels that she has no other choice but to deal with it in this way, because she has a lot to lose. Like she loses a lot by going through a divorce. Is if she divorces him, it's going to affect her mental health. It is going to affect her her earning potential this year. It will also hurt a lot of her credibility in the gossip industry, because other networks will start gossiping about her, and that could cause for people to tune into shows like The Real, and they will be even more competition for someone like Wendy Williams. So she has to be very, very careful right now. They're in an arranged marriage, and this means that he tells her, all right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and she has to know about it. And she is not going to put up too much of a fight with him, because she feels that she has more to lose in this marriage than he does. Spirit is saying that she wants things to change, but they're not going to change anytime soon. She's really just trying to manage her money, and she's trying to manage her empire as best she can. She feels as though if she argues with him too much, that he will try to end things, and she doesn't want that to happen, because if he tries to divorce her, basically if he divorces, he kind of wins. I feel like he gets some financial assets out of no, not he gets some financial assets. I feel like he will get half of what she has. I don't feel like he has anywhere near as much money as she does. So he benefits from the divorce regardless. She wants his behavior to change, but she can't really do anything about it. Hold on one second. I'm going to pull some more cards. Hold on. Spirit is they're still speaking. They're saying that he's cheating on her, and he's having his cake and eating it too. And Wendy Williams is in she's not getting anything out of this relationship. She's not benefiting from it emotionally. She's not benefiting from it financially. And she's watching her husband love on someone else. And I also think that he is going to get this woman pregnant, or she is pregnant. But I see him having a baby on her, and she's terrified right now. Spirit is saying that Wendy's going to lose. Spirit is like, she's going to lose in this marriage. Like, she's going to hold on to the marriage, and it's like either she's going to lose her mind, or she's going to let it go, and she's going to lose her career, her position in life. And they're saying it's inevitable. It's either or. One of them is going to happen. Okay, well, that's that on that. And the black hole card was saying period. That's the end. Now the next question is, has he had any affairs since being married to Wendy? Spirit is saying that, he's had his cake and he's eating it too. They're saying, like, the card for happiness and the card for the Ace of Discs, the swiftness card, is saying that, he stepped out on her. He's been happy throughout the marriage. He's been happy with the way that things have been for a while, because he hasn't been held accountable for his actions. The card for lust, the card for cruelty, and then the Prince of Swords is saying that yes, he stepped out on her. He's slept with other women, and it's hurt her. And sometimes he's done it to spite her or to control her, to keep her in check, to get her to do what he wants. And she knows that she has to just put up with it. And he's like, if you don't want to put up with it, leave me. But she loses a lot if she leaves him. All right, so I'm gonna try to switch to another deck. The next questions that we're going to be answering are: Is Kevin physically attracted to Wendy? Was Kevin the reason Wendy and Charlemagne the God split? Did Wendy Williams sleep with Charlemagne the God? And what were Wendy Williams' feelings towards the Ilia movie that she made? Hold on one second. Okay, so the first question that we're going to be asking is Wendy Williams' husband Kevin physically attracted to her? Spirit says that I get the Two of Wands, and this is saying that in his soul, when it comes to a physical attraction towards her, it fluctuates. It goes back and forth. It depends on his mood, and there are a lot of factors that go into this. Some of those factors, for example, are, if he hasn't been around women that are more attractive than Wendy Williams for a while, he's attracted to her. If he hasn't orgasmed in a while, he's attracted to her. If he's intoxicated, he's attracted to her. If he gets high, he's attracted to her. It's, there's something that has to affect his mood for him to find himself physically attracted to her. Now, what he does find sexy is he likes that. The Four of Coins is like, it's saying that he finds attractive, physically attractive is her mind, that she's very money focused and money conscious. She doesn't have much debt, actually. And then the Three of Coins is saying that, she's a go-getter, and she uses her money to dress her part. He feels that, as far as how she looks, his physical attraction to her, it's like, there are things that he likes and things that he doesn't like. But as far as being aroused by her, he has to get himself there for that. Okay, I'm going to answer these next few questions in just a second. Let me make sure that my air is turned down. Hold on just one second. So yeah, Kevin is physically attracted to Wendy Williams. It depends on the day, and it also depends on her look. He's very fond of when she has really long hair, when she wears dresses, and he really likes when she wears skirts. He likes how they look in pictures together. So yeah. The next question is: Was Kevin the reason Wendy and Charlemagne split? Spirit is saying yes, he was. Spirit is like Wendy Williams' husband. Wendy Williams' husband didn't really care for Charlemagne. A card just flipped over. Wendy Williams' husband didn't really care for Charlemagne. He felt like he felt like Charlemagne had ill intentions. He didn't trust Charlemagne around Wendy. He felt like Charlemagne was kissing up to her, and he questioned Charlemagne the Goddess's motives a lot. The magician card is saying he felt like Charlemagne was a user, and that Charlemagne was trying to make himself useful to Wendy, for the purpose of trying to get a come up, be under her and steal her shine, or just be under her and use her, be in her sphere of influence so that he could be a bigger personality, more well-known personality. I get the Page of Wands. And this is saying that as far as the husband goes, he was very thoughtful. He planned, he was very thoughtful about Charlemagne the God's role in working with Wendy. It was a decision that he made after I feel as though Charlemagne wronged Wendy Williams twice. There were two things that he did that he felt were really disrespectful to Wendy Williams, and he was like, you're not gonna get a third time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And he put the bug in Wendy's ear that it was time for him to go. And Wendy's very very loyal to her husband, so she let him go. All right, so did Wendy sleep with Charlemagne? I get the Seven of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Coins. This is saying that Wendy Williams didn't sleep with him. I don't get that they slept with each other. I get that Charlemagne would flirt with her, but she would deny his advances. Like, she knew why he was flirting with her, and Charlemagne, was someone that he wasn't against sleeping with a woman to come up. He's like, it's a win-win situation for me. So I don't get that they slept with each other. No, and that was a very short no. And what are Wendy Williams's feelings towards the Ilia movie? She has a lot of mixed feelings about it. But she's proud that she was able to direct her own film. She's proud that she was able to have that title. But beyond that, she feels like the Two of Cups is essentially saying she felt like she was, she has mixed feelings. On one hand, she's disappointed in people's reactions to it. She doesn't feel like they really gave it a fair shot. On the other hand, she's thankful that it drew so much attention. And she's also happy that it was, she's like, at the end of the day, it was successful. I don't know why I get the number 3, but I feel like it drew in 3 million people. And she's like, that's what matters. I fulfilled my promise. I did an Ilia movie, and she feels as though she did it well because she was the head of it. I'm going to pull some more cards. She feels like she did the Ilia movie justice. She feels like she did Ilia justice, because a star card and the Empress card, it's about giving birth to a creative project, but one that is venerating a star, a celebrity. And the Page of Cups is telling me that she has an emotional connection to it. She felt like she has an emotional connection to the icon that is Ilia, and she feels as though the movie was honored her. She's like, this movie honored her, and that's what matters. Nobody is able to forget Ilia. Everyone tuned in for it. And, she's like, it's valuable for those reasons. And she's also like, it was a Wendy Williams production. I spearheaded it. It was successful. We helped Lifetime to return a profit despite what the public has to say about it. And that's what matters. That's how she feels about it. Okay, so the next questions I'm going to ask are, does she like her body? How is she as a mother? How does she feel? Does she feel good about the gossip that she discusses on her shows? And what do the ancestors think of her success? So the question that we're now about to ask is, what does Wendy Williams think of her body? Does she like her body? Does she not like her body? How does she feel about it? She doesn't like her body, actually. She feels that she wants to spend money. The Eight of Coins is saying that she wants to spend money to work on it, but the Ten of Wands is telling me that she feels that her body is a burden on her public image, and she feels like her body is a burden to her personal self-esteem. The Ace of Coins is saying that she spends a lot of money trying to dress up her body in a way that it is acceptable for her, but she does want to work on it. She does try to work out as much as possible, but she feels that it is just this heavy. It's just a burden. It's something that she's like, I wish that it was different. I wish that it wasn't like this, but it's what I have to accept. Now that Face, on the other hand, I feel like she cares a lot more about her face than she does her body. But yeah, she feels generally like her body's a burden. Okay, how is she as a mother? Spirit says that as a mother, she has two sides to her. On one hand, she's not very emotional with her children. She's like a by the book mom. She's like, I try to teach my kids the best that I can. She's overly protective of them, and she tries to teach them how to be private and keep their business to themselves. She doesn't like for them to reveal things to, she teaches her children to, open. She's like, open up to mommy, but don't open up to anyone else. The Two of Cups.
It's been a long time, but I still got a love for you, and that won't ever change. San Jose, they say it never rains in Southern California, but it's pouring in the Bay. San Jose, girl, I know we tried to tell ourselves those lies,